morning. It is time for Tina Book Tuesday with author Lisa Price-Hawk, and I'm coming to you from my dining room in Kentucky. I've got a cup of orange spice tea. I hope you have something to drink that you enjoy and a few minutes to chat with me. I thought I'd give you a tour of how our photo organizing came out from our trip in 2019 to Europe. So this photo right here, I just love it. It went into the collection. I know it's kind of hard to see. But this is my daughter, and she's making this funny look on her face. With my husband, we were in Saint-Chapelle in Paris, and we may have been in Westminster, not the Cathedral Abbey, but Westminster Cathedral, yeah. We may have been in Westminster Cathedral there. It was hard to remember where we were in all the different pictures. But you can see the elaborate pillars that were around them when they took this
photo. And this is, of course, we were on the Champs-Élysées. That's my niece Megan and my daughter Courtney to my left and right. And of course the Arc de Triomphe there. So that was just an amazing moment in Paris. And then this is when we took off we actually were in the car, and my son Aaron was driving us to the airport. And so of course I'm super ecstatic to be embarking on the journey. This photo is my husband and I on the Eurostar, which was an amazing experience. Here we are in Paris on like day 4 of our trip, and so this would be like the day after Thanksgiving, and it's at Notre Dame. And here we are. This is one of my favorite memories. My daughter and my niece and my husband and I went to the Orangery at Kensington Palace to have a traditional British tea. And you can see the scones and the jam on the tiered plate. And my niece ordered champagne, and you can see the teapot they brought out. They ask you what kind of tea you want, and all sorts of treats and finger sandwiches and elaborate desserts are on top. And the scones were out of this world. We also ordered a couple of I think like appetizers to go with it, which were like basically like sauteed foods. I want to say it was beef tips and peppers that we had ordered. Maybe it was like a main entree and we just split it up as an appetizer, because this was like a lunch for us. It was a wonderful experience. And of course they did bring real clotted cream. And this was, of course, the iconic moment when we were at the Eiffel Tower. That's my husband and I. I think my daughter or my niece took the photo. We went through the different photos we had from this moment, and we liked this one because you can see the people in the background, and to the right you can see a street sign, and people had put stickers all over the street sign. So we thought that was amazing. This is Thanksgiving Day. It was cold, it was windy, but we were at Windsor Castle. And this was when we arrived, and we were just walking into the walled area of the castle. This was definitely a highlight of the trip. We took a tour bus to this, and it was like a coach, so leather seats, plenty of heat, a really nice drive from London out into Windsor Village. I want to say it was about an hour drive, maybe an hour and a half at the most. through the English countryside until we arrived at the castle, and then we were able to tour much of the inside, the staterooms. We were able to walk around on the grounds freely. We were able to view the palace guards or the castle guards doing their thing they do, the changing of the guard ceremony. And we were able to go in St. George's Chapel, where many of the famous royal weddings have taken place recently. It was absolutely an amazing tour. We saw Queen Mary's dollhouse where we were here. We saw the most amazing staterooms. We were able to walk all the way around this castle, and there was a gift shop, and then we went into Windsor Village and walked around there. Prince Harry is known to walk around there before, and you could see pubs and shops, and we actually went to a Dunkin' Donuts that was there and had donuts. And this is my favorite picture of our journey because we were at Windsor, we were at Kensington Palace here. And you can see there on the left, just a little bit of the palace in the background. But my husband said this photo had to go in because he said I was just glowing. And we actually just got rained on terribly on the way to see the palace this day. And this was the day that our first day in London, and it was the day that we had the tea at the Orangery, and we were able to go inside Kensington Palace and all over, walked around the Kensington Gardens, and we saw Queen Victoria's, the room that she was born in. You know, she was, as a child, this was the palace where she was raised, and this was just totally epic. It was a highlight of the trip for me. We also did so many other things on this trip that didn't make it into our wall collection, but I'll be making a photo album with those photos. And this, my sister inspired this photo. She said, when you're in Paris, Lisa, she said, you have to make sure that you sit down outside a cafe, a traditional Paris cafe, and just have a cup of coffee. And so this is our first, I want to say it was our first morning in Paris, and my niece Megan and I were sitting outside, and I think my daughter took this photo for us. It was just a great moment. We also went to see the Louvre, I think later that day or the following day. The inside of the Louvre, that was magnificent. And here is just a fantastic photo of my daughter and I on the trip. I had to balance this collection because one with dad and daughter, one with mom and daughter, and you can see how happy we are. And I think we were in London there. And this is just another amazing photo. This is when my husband and I were at Westminster Abbey. And for a moment, we were allowed to go and explore different areas of the Abbey after we saw the main cathedral area. And we took this photo in front of a courtyard. So behind us is a courtyard that was absolutely meticulously maintained. But this was just amazing to see the arched walls and the pillars and the courtyard. So this photo made it into our fun collection. So just some amazing memories. And we are so thankful that we were able to take this trip before COVID hit. I just think it was God's miracle working power in our lives, and he made this trip happen for us, and it truly was worth every penny and so much fun. So I hope you get to travel in your lifetime somewhere different, somewhere you've always wanted to go. And thanks for joining me today for Tina Book Tuesday, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Give me a shout out if you got to see this video.